In the previous video we did laws 3 and 4 of exponents, raising a power to a power and raising a product to a power. Now we're going to do some mixed examples of laws 1 through 4 and combinations thereof. Alright, so for these types of questions, BETMAS is extremely important. Remember what BETMAS says: brackets first, then exponents and roots, okay, then division and multiplication from left to right, then addition and subtraction from left to right. Okay, so we're going to look for brackets. Now inside these brackets there's nothing we can do inside the bracket. Okay, so that level is done. So next level is exponents. Okay, and this is exponents. We're going to give that exponent to the negative, to the 3, to the cube, and to the y. Alright, this is combination 3 and 4. Alright, so 2x to the power 5 times a negative squared is positive, 3 squared is 9. X to the power 3 squared, remember when you raise a power to a power that's multiplying the exponents, and y to the power 2. 2 times 9 is 18. 5 plus 6, remember when you're multiplying on the ground you add in the air, so that's x to the power 11. And y squared, and that's it for that one. Alright. Then, for this one, we're going to simplify the numerator on its own. So in the numerator on its own, we have a power. Okay, so we're going to give it to the negative, to the 2, to the x, and to the cube. Negative to an odd power is negative. 2 to the power 3 is 8. X cubed. And multiply the exponent, so that's y to the power 9, not 6, because we don't add them, we multiply them. Then we're going to simplify the denominator on its own, and in the denominator we're multiplying. So we have 4 times 2, which is 8, x times x squared, which is x cubed, y to the power 4 times y to the power 5, that's y to the power 9. Okay, so the y to the power 9 and the y to the power 9 cancel each other out. The x cubed and x cubed cancel each other out. The 8 and the 8 cancel each other out, so we're left with negative something. Okay, negative. And then 8 divided by 8 is 1. Anything divided by itself is 1. Okay, so our answer is negative 8. Negative 1. Apologies. Again, over here, we're going to simplify the numerator on its own first. And in the numerator, we have multiplication. And we have raising to a power. So we're going to do the power first because BETMAS says so. Alright, so negative 4x squared times x, a negative to an even power is positive, 5 squared is 25. Okay. Here in the denominator, we have a power raised to a power, so we're going to give that to the 3, to the 2, and to the negative. A negative squared is positive, 2 squared is 4. And x cubed to the power 2, multiply those exponents, that gives us x to the power 6. Negative 4 times 25 is negative 100, and then x squared times x is x cubed over 4x to the power 6. Group the numbers together, group the x's together. Okay, negative 100 divided by 4 is negative 25. And between the x's, the denominator is bigger by 3. Okay, we need a restriction because we had a variable in the denominator. That variable was x, so it cannot be 0. Alright, last example over here. We have a bunch of multiplication. Here's multiply and multiply and multiply. Remember the dot means multiply. And we have a lot of raising to the power. Here's raising to the power over there. Okay, BEDMAS says we must raise to the power first. So we're going to ignore the multiplies. We're going to say, okay, negative squared is positive. 3 squared is 9 and x squared is x squared. Alright, now we have multiplied by xy squared multiplied by negative, and then you see over here that negative is not part of the square, but the 3 is. 3 squared is 9. Okay, so we're multiplying with negative 9. By the way, you are welcome to change the dots into a multiply if you prefer that. Right, so we have an invisible multiplier there. That's negative 2 times 9, that's negative 18, and the x squared comes along. Times xy squared times negative 9. Now I'm going to take the negative 18 and I'm going to multiply it with negative 9. The easiest way to do that is with your calculator. That gives you 162. X squared times x is x cubed, and the y squared comes along, and that is our final answer. To practice this, you're going to do exercise 4 on page 52.